We have 3 words for you. Go yourself. Promo Wars.
Nothing from nowhere, I'm no one at all. Ready and recognize what silent call as we all form one dark flame.
Hey, yo. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the season finale of the Top of Wrestling podcast. 25 episodes came and went that quick. It was just an idea last summer, and now here we are. We are back. I, of course, am your host, the Professor Rex Youngblood, and we know that my other host always comes in with, well, I don't know, like a little bit of bipolarness or just whatever, has extra people talking in his head. Who knows? Who did he bring him with him this week? Ladies and gentlemen, the other man who is the host of this podcast and works his ass off, ODM.
What's going on, Professor?
What the fuck? Who's this?
What do you mean? It's me.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. There's no impression? I mean, who are you?
Well, I didn't think an impression for the last episode would be befitting of people of our stature, so...
Are you trying to impersonate a podcaster?
I see you're getting started early.
Boom!
You might
I'm actually
I'm
in a very bitter mood. I actually purposely put myself this way so I could be ready for Promo Wars. So anything we talk about ahead of time, I cannot promise I'm going to be in a good mood about.
All right. Well, I'm going to change your mind.
Oh, yeah?
Because I have a little montage I would like you and the listeners to hear.
Roll it.
You think you know me.
Oh, podcast fail! Finally, the ODM has come back to podcast land.
Whoa, what a rush.
I'm a charitable person. I bought a copy of We Are the World. You should take that son bitch, turn it sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass. Wonderful. Yes. You know, they say a lot of men are created equal.
My favorite
You
one.
look at me. Well, let me tell you something, brother. And you look at the professor.
God, I'm Scottish. You're fired.
Oh, my God. This son of a bitch.
You can see that statement is not true. Oh, you didn't know? We want the gold, sucker! Coronavirus, we coming for you! Winners of this bout, and new World Wrestling Podcast Champions!
Think.
Your ass better call somebody! Oh, yes! And then you add David Arquette to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go
Last one.
down! You're talking to the Folex wearing, Zircon ring wearing, promo stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, Uber riding, flying Brian, son of a gun. I'm gonna blast this sorry ass straight to hell. You don't know what hard times are, did it? But the fact that Goldberg is in the main event at WrestleMania this year and The Fiend isn't makes me sick. That's hard times. That's hard times. And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Hey, yo. I'm proud of you. Thank God I have you, and I love you. Love you. And that's the bottom line, because ODM says so. Ooh, yeah. Dig it. Hit the music.
Just let your soul go.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Shine through.
Oh, bark like a dog. You got, oh, man, that's how you end it.
It's not over.
Silky smooth, just let it shine through. Just let your soul go.
This is the worst podcast I've ever listened to.
Hey, man, that was a good trip down memory lane. I can't believe how much shit happened in just 25 weeks. Wow. Or, wait, 26. I think we had to take a week off, didn't we? But still, wow, man, that was a good trip down memory lane there. So, man, we had Scott Steiner, The Fink, Hogan. Your Cornette was, I think, the one I just didn't get at first, right? And that's what made me have to be Scottish. Dear God, that, oh, man. As soon as I
even
heard
got
that,
the orange cat. I even got the Orange Cassidy one in.
Oh, I knew it as soon as I said you're such an asshole. I was like, that's a good one. Oh, man. Good stuff. So, tell me, man, next season, season 2, are you going to be bringing back more impressions?
I think so, but I think it's going to have to be on a bigger scale. I can always weave wrestling into it somehow. But I think we're going to expand maybe into movie quotes. Because I know you know a lot of movie quotes. So that's the new goal, is to find a movie quote that I can stump you. I'll keep it fair. I won't do something super obscure. I'll keep it
See, I was going to say maybe you should be an actor or someone from a movie and talk wrestling. Like, let me tell you, Fokker, when I get you in the ring, I'll be watching you. But I actually like that idea better. Just throw me some quotes. That's I just recently, a couple weeks back from Memorial Day, someone was like, "Oh, I'm going to play this game with you, man." He goes, "I bet you can't name these songs." He started Skid Row, 18 to Life. I heard literally 1 second. I go, 18 to Life, Skid Row. I'm fast with music. I'm even better with movie quotes. That'll be fun. I like it. Let's do it. That's a cool way to get into next season. And might as well even chat a little bit about it. So we have season 1. It's done as soon as this thing is off the air today. But next season, we're going to have some good things. And, we are going to be bringing back, of course, our favorite segment, which is the top topic. The main reason we began doing this podcast. And it's funny because things kind of were there and then disappeared. We used to do this day in wrestling history or this week, and then we were like, oh, fuck it. I don't care. But I am absolutely ready to do top topics. I'm ready to rank some things. However, the top topic next year segment, I think we're going to also hit on some top topics, not necessarily ranking them. We're going to talk about things like my personal reason why I would love to let everybody know that the Attitude Era was probably one of the worst things ever in wrestling.
Always going back to that.
You know it, but we'll talk that, and I think we could even chat a little bit about, I don't know, maybe if debating certain topics, certain things, but things that should have happened, whatever. We're going to work more than just ranking numbers. We want to have a little bit of fun, get some debates going here. Of course, my favorite thing will be to always recommend you guys a match, because unless you're really happy with watching empty arena matches or, people that have 7 people inside there cheering, I'm with Eric Bischoff. He said it on 83 Weeks. It's unwatchable. It all is. And it's funny because I couldn't even tell you who some of the champions are in WWE. The fact that Apollo Crews won the U.S. title, I go, who did he win it from when I read it? And I go, Andrade.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. One thing I got to say that I do not like, this promo that's going around for Backlash, the greatest wrestling match ever. How do you predict something is going to be the greatest wrestling match ever? I can't wait, and I'm a fucking huge edgehead. I can't wait to sit there and just count every botch or things that go wrong. How you can't say greatest match ever. Unless they're going to a 60-minute draw, and I don't care. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's a bold statement, Cotton. See if it holds up for him.
Dynamite drop in, Monty. That broadcasting school is really paying off for you. So, what else is going to be happening next year? Well, or next season. We're also going to have a new segment, which is our favorite thing to say, and it will be with our man, NightWing Analyst. Good shit. We're going to be doing that segment, and actually a little bit later on, we're going to hear from Nightwing. He actually sent in a little sound for us to listen to. You want to make sure that his voice was heard before we get off the air today. But today, of course, it's all about promo wars. We are going to talk a little bit of news before we do that, but I want to talk about these promo wars. We kept saying there's going to be rounds, and after we got off the air last week, we sat, debated how we're doing this. It's just one round. We're meeting in the ring, and that's all it is, just back and forth promo. Who can carry their own weight? However, on our own, ODM, he made some backstage pre-recorded comments, as did I, that neither of us have heard. So this is going to be great. We're going to hear it today live with each other, and we'll see how it goes. But before I start ripping him a brand new asshole to shit out of, I want to hear from ODM with a little bit of news. What's the news? That your career is buried and dead today? Sorry, I'm done, man. I can't keep. I'm.
You are done. I think you just went through half of your prepared notes there. So
I'm sweating so much it's all dripping off my hand.
Yeah, so we've been talking about this for a while, and Professor nailed it. He called it exactly as it happened.
I feel like we came to the.
Oh, dude, no, you said no, he's going to go and Triple H is going to come out with a contract. You said those exact words. And that's exactly what happened. And, bro, listen, I don't care if they really were going to fire him and they really did decide to hire him back.
Bad timing.
Still, like, that's a kick in the dick, man.
I mean, COVID hit a lot of people across the entire nation, including wrestlers, right? They were let go. And we're going to get back to that in a moment, too. However, letting people go in that time as it's happening all over the place and then exploiting it, I'm not going too deep, but that's like them having, like, storyline about riots. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, it's like you're digging into way too personal of stuff that's going on in people's current lives and saying, well, even though we fired him, we're going to bring this one guy back. Leo Rush had something to say about it. He said it was bullshit. He said it was a slap in the face. I agree. Because while he's sitting home during this, Drake got to write out this whole thing the whole time. Was it the plan? Were they going to always never fire him? They just said, oh, shit, how about we just toss his name in there even though we're going to make him the champ? I'm not saying that was the option or that's what happened, but kind of what it looks like. Not a fan of it. Is Drave Maverick the only one that has a contract with WWE again?
Well, there's pieces of news going around. One is Impact showed a vignette for Slammiversary, and they teased Mike and Maria Bennett, Drake Maverick, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, and Rusev. They showed a Bulgarian flag. Now, on the flip side, apparently WWE is considering rehiring some of the people they let go at reduced salaries. And I think Rusev is one of the ones possibly, or rumored, I will say at this point.
I have a very honest question, and please don't mock me for this. Are him and Lana still married in real life? Everything's fine, and that was all. I didn't mean like I was such a mark I fell into the storyline. I meant more of like,
sure,
let all that happen. She signs a multi-year deal somewhat recently, and he gets let go. You know, that's kind of like Matt Hardy and Lita. That's like Benoit and Sullivan and all that shit. So I'm wondering, are they still together that you know of?
As far as I know.
Wow. If I was Rusev, well, I get to be around my wife more, take the low pay, because she's probably making pretty good buck. Like with everything she's doing, he could just ride her coattails, but not that he wants to. I'm not, and who knows? Maybe they had certain. A lot of guys said they got the phone call at home. Maybe Rusev had an actual conversation with someone. They're like, look, we will be bringing you back. I promise you, but we have to let someone go and lose who's going to lose money. You got Lana. She's still employed with us. I'm not saying, again, that's exactly it, but I feel like someone like him, as over as he was, if he does go back, he is either just willing to be complacent for the rest of his life, or they promised him some big shit when he would come back, or when they called him and said, we'll bring you back. I don't know.
Right. I'd like to think that way as far as the idea of bringing him back to give him a big push.
Too little, too late. What's the point? Even if on his first day back, he did the, I can't remember his finisher. I always want to call it the camel clutch. Even if he came back and beat Drew McIntyre for just absolutely no reason on one night and became the WWE champion, I'd be like, cool. I don't care anymore. He shows up and does this in AEW, NWA, I'm in.
Yeah.
I really think he'd be awesome in NWA because they already have that old school vibe to it. That's like bringing the
New Japan.
Yeah, wouldn't be bad. I don't think New Japan would be bad. The reason I say NWA, with that old school kind of style, he can go back to being that real Bulgarian brute. I mean, now he's speaking perfect English, but back then he didn't speak shit. And he could go to NWA, be like the Iron Sheik, being the bad guy from another country. It's all he needs to do, and that'll get over there. So we'll see where it goes for him. I really hope he doesn't re-sign with WWE. What other news you got, man? That's it. All right, cool.
I think
That's it. Well,
I think that's it.
Because
Yeah,
we
I think we're
didn't
good.
want to worry about news this
We're
week.
still good.
We didn't want to worry about anything other than
Earlier today, we had comments from both men who are going to be in the first ever Top of Wrestling podcast.
The professor. Professor. Is that because you think you're dropping knowledge on people? You drop deuces more than knowledge, son. Both are about the same quality. My apologies. Maybe I need to speak up a little louder so you can hear me over the sniffling. Not sure if it's the allergies or tears due to the impending doom that is your annihilation at Promo Wars. Then again, if you arrive as quote-unquote on time as you normally do, I may win by countout. I swear, late to every episode. Late so much I'm going to have to buy you a pregnancy test. You've called me the hardest working man in podcast land, and you're right. But it's not just because I have to compensate for you. No. It's because I'm the Don Corleone of the microphone, and that's where you strayed. Your knowledge, my skills, we could have went to the top. But you wanted more. You wanted to be proclaimed as the best. So be it. You want to know where you stand? I'll show you where you stand. And after I win Promo Wars, there will be only one thing left for you. Shame.
For years, they kept me down. This is all I've ever known. And let me tell you something, ODM. Not just tonight, from here on out, I have a lot to say to any haters of the show, anyone who ever doubted that this show would not only last 25 full episodes, even more that we got picked up for another season. And that's thanks to the one and only, the Professor. In the past, I was told not to speak my mind. While they thought they were bringing the pain, I was the man who was always putting on a clinic. And now you, ODM, you start watching wrestling like what? Last year and all of a sudden, I want to be a podcaster. Yay! This took years to accomplish, and it took years off of my life. My ex-wife hated it, my current wife hates it, and I guarantee you my next 3 fucking wives are going to hate it too. I've watched tons of greats, and I've seen a lot of good shit. But the reason this show is called The Top of Wrestling is because I know all about the top, because I am the top. I've called you the hardest working man in podcasts. For me, this ain't work. It ain't a work for me. This is life. I have all the talent we need to succeed, and I don't even need to work at it. And like the greatest mobster in history once said, the saddest thing in life is a waste of talent, and the working man is a sucker. As the Professor, I take your ass to school each and every week, ODM, teaching you all the stuff you had no idea existed, and I can change your mind with a snap of my fingers, just like that. Why? Because I can. And that's why tonight, when we go into Promo Wars one-on-one, it'll be just another lesson from me to you. And, I'm sorry, how did you end last week? That's right. Bitch! I hope you don't waste all of your talent, as I said. Because when we get in the ring, I got more to say to you. And this time, I can actually respond to the bullshit that you just said.
Oh, that was actually the start.
That was my real thing. I was coming in. That was real. Did you really think I was really just being a dickhead to you like that the whole time?
No. All right, reclap again.
No, that's going in. That's actually awesome that I actually said all that. That's awesome. Wow. So, all right, guys, I'm not even going to lie. We have to break the fucking fourth wall, I guess. I said, all right, let's get back into talking now that we both just listened to each other's promos. And I start saying all this stuff.
I thought that was like your
he's sitting there
pre-talking
staring
shit.
at me. I'm like, does he really think I'm being this much of an asshole to him? I mean, we are, this is Promo Wars, but I am trying to have you come back to me for second season, I mean, Jesus.
Dude.
Wow.
I thought that was your preface Like you were like getting a jab in before we started, just to get the extra jab in, because I thought we were doing a coin flip.
Well, hey man, I said what I had to say.
that
So why
episode
don't
of The
you know
Simpsons?
What do you have to say?
No, you were pretty much just whining about stuff, but that's cool. Listen, I don't know if you know this, but we really need to start monetizing this podcast because we really need to get you. You know, listen, man, I don't know if you know this. It doesn't cost extra to get the T-shirt with the sleeves. So I'm figuring if we can raise a couple bucks, we'll be doing all right here.
Ladies love the biceps.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a 22 will kill you just the same, but, you know, still doesn't look as good as a 45.
They tens, but I keep them clean.
Touche.
Wow. So I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm gonna be honest here for this. I really, really was excited about going face to face with you, but I'm kind of worried because I know that. All right, we didn't just meet. We didn't just meet at the beginning of the show. You know, we weren't brought together by a radio company. This is something we both wanted to do. We have a long-standing history, friendship. I'm an uncle to his kids. He's an uncle to my dogs. And I really didn't think that he really had the skill to talk shit like this. I've seen him rip into me before, talking shit about my taste in music if I didn't know certain things, but I'm actually now a little bit scared heading into Promo Wars.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was a little distracted. Brett Michaels just called. He wants his bandana back.
Wow. Jeez. Okay, so the issue... Wow, my God. Why don't you just basically tell him what my face looks like too, man? Way to break that fourth wall. You know what? Perfect time to bring this up. We're in Promo Wars. It's already began, as you can tell. I mean, we haven't even gotten into the ring, but I do have to let you guys know, we said that something has to be on the line for this. It's cool. You're going to be king, and I'm not going to get you a queen to be, but we decided when someone actually loses Promo Wars, we're not going to shave your head. We're not going to make you necessarily take the mask off. But what we're going to do, the loser is actually going to reveal their true shoot name. Because, I'm not going to lie, Rex Youngblood is a fucking awesome name. If I was a porn star, awesome. But I can't let you guys know who I am because because I just don't want you guys to follow me around. I know how much you guys love me. We can't do it. But our names are on the line. Our names are on the line. Someone is going to unmask and reveal themselves today on this show. Do you have a coin so we can do a flip? Nope. We're going to spin a bottle, apparently.
Spin a bottle. Okay.
I have nothing near me that it was actually flippable.
See that right there? We're calling that heads because the other side ain't got nothing on it.
What this is that we're flipping?
All right. So, yeah, it's a nail file because I've referenced it once before, but oddly enough, Professor's never said anything. So, since you seem like you need a little assistance with Promo Wars, I'll lob you a softball. I record the podcast in my wife's she shed, which is just a room in the house that's just hers.
Well, so
yeah,
for the first ever Promo Wars, we are flipping a nail file to figure out who goes first. What's going to be funny is we probably would have just flipped it and be like, yes, cool, we didn't, it's heads. No one named anything. But
yeah, right.
I think that next year when we have our 50th episode, it's going to be Promo Wars 2. And from now on, it's always with a nail file.
Nail file.
All right, so since
is the way.
you are flipping, may I have the honors of taking the guess of what it will be? And we said
call it.
Heads is the side that has writing on the nail file. Okay.
That is correct.
Tails never fails. If you will, ODM.
Tails never fails. Oh, you know what I should probably do? Flip the camera.
Right on. Wow, he actually flips the camera. All right.
Well, it looks like
Tails failed. So ODM gets to go. But actually, you could choose if you want to go first or second. And there's no set amount of time as to how much you're going to have to talk. You're going to open it up. We're both going to get to the ring and let it loose. But What do you want?
I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, let's go to the ring.
This is your main event, and it is Promo Wars. First, coming down the aisle, hailing from Rochester, New York, ODM. His opponent, also hailing from Rochester, New York, the Professor Rex Youngblood.
ODM, I'm glad that you are here finally with me. These are things I have never been able to say to your face, but we agreed today we're taking the gloves off. We're going at it. MMA style, if you will. Punching you right in the face with things that you haven't heard before. Let me tell you something, buddy. Your impressions suck. They are horrible. Like, if you were 5, I'd be like, that's fucking cute, man. Give this kid a sucker. Problem is you come off looking like a sucker, and it just shows the guys that you end up doing. Yeah, awesome. You're going to do all the big names. Give me someone good. Do an impression that knocks me off my socks. Everything every week sounds just like Cornette.
Listen, I know if I just did impressions of David Arquette all the time, it'd get your rocks off, but you know, we kind of have to branch out and do some other things. So if we wanted to sound like a drunken Scotsman or a drunken Scotsman imitator, maybe we could have some valuable input. Until then, I'll take care of the mimicry since I only have a year of wrestling knowledge.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jokester himself. You're like a regular David Coulier. I mean, look at you, man. You're awesome. I mean, you just are so funny, and that's great. But guess what? When you look up this show on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, thanks for that cheap pop, all of these places, end of the day, we're labeled under a wrestling podcast, sports. You want to do comedy? Go somewhere else, buddy. So cut that the fuck out.
No, I'll stick with what I'm good at. I mean, there's no reason not for me not to do that, so don't really even watch wrestling anymore. You're kind of turning into Cornette because you're just looking at the old stuff.
Because I do my research each and every week for this show. Again, I am the professor. I make sure if I'm going to be giving you any bit of information that it's correct. I'm not going to show you dog shit wrestling that you see nowadays. And you say I don't watch anything? Hey, man. AEW, NXT, NWA, MLW, Ring of Honor, New Japan. Just because I don't suck the teat of Vince McMahon the way you do and want to join the Kiss My Ass Club does not mean that I don't watch wrestling. I just know what's good.
Hey, man, listen, anybody can go on the internet and look some shit up. Why do you think I'm here?
So I'll ask you right here, right now, where everybody can listen to this. Tell me. You in your promo, let's see, you said, I'm acting like I'm dropping knowledge every week. Let me ask you this. What would you do? How would you make this show better? Because like I said, being picked up for the second season has nothing to do with you, pal. They wanted me, the goods. I do have a face for radio.
Well, that makes two of us, so I mean, I guess that's a good thing. Something we can agree on. How would I make it better? Let's see. I got nothing.
Wow, you're just a regular Roman Reigns on the mic over here. I thought you were going to be taking my ass to promo school. Bitch. I'm sorry, what was that? How you ended it last week? Do you want me to get some lyrics that you could try to steal off of? Did you not have things written down in front of you? Come on. I'm giving you the opportunity. Because right now, the world is going to know your name if you don't even bring it anytime soon. What do you want to do? A couple of...
That's the difference between me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you actually had something to say. Go ahead.
Oh, I did have something to say, by the way. The difference is the world already knows my name. So you might want to stop self-sabotaging, because the only way the world's going to know your name is when you lose Promo Wars. Because the world already knows my name.
That's fine. I'll leave you with this. You know what? I may have put in the first words. I'm going to let you take the last as I drop my mic right after this. You, sir? Yeah, we call you ODM. That's fitting. When I get the call, because I've done such a good job that they want to put me on one of the top wrestling podcasts that's out there, I'm going to leave you in the dirt like one dirty mother.
Well, that's all good and dandy. I hope you get your, I hope you make a name for yourself, like Billy the Kid. Make you famous. Because it's what you need. You need a nice big corporation with lots of money to coddle you and care for you and pamper you so you can do your little show. Because if it wasn't for me, you'd still be trying to figure out how to record from 2 locations. So this show never would have got off the ground. So you think about that, son.
So, man, I mean, we said this is going to be a gentleman's agreement. I going to go ahead and say that was the end of the battle, I assume.
Yeah, you stunned me a few times there. I don't know, off my game.
The winner of this contest and new Promo Wars King, the Professor.
Honestly, it was fun. I had a good time. And I think that right now, yeah, I am the Promo War King for Season 1. But I have a good feeling that 50 or 25 plus weeks from now, a little bit more after we take our break, I'm sure you'll be ready. You know what you have ahead of you now.
Yeah.
And look I'll clear the air, man. Let's kind of... I don't think you've been watching wrestling for a year. You do put your work in. You've been into this for a long time. But the truth is, you really fucked with me talking about real personal things. I have a time problem because I have a shitting problem, and you said that's all my knowledge is just like shit, and that's as much as I do. And also, you said that I sniffle a lot. Hey, man, I have allergies. Do you know what it's like to not be able to breathe out of your fucking nose probably, I don't know, 6 days out of the week?
Yes.
Good. Oh, man. Well, hey, man, that was fun. I like this. So before we even reveal who you are, NightWing, he sent in a little bit of a sound clip because, you know, first of all, I've openly admitted this to ODM before the show began today. Sometimes I call him Analyst NightWing, sometimes Wing Night Analyst. I don't know. I mess with his name, unfortunately, because I can't remember it properly, but I just officially figured out today. NWA, man. NightWing Analyst. He sent in this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Top of Wrestling podcast proudly presents to you the pervert professor, the douchebag, ODM. By the way, nobody knows what that even means. They are the peaked in high school jocks.
That's some fucked up shit, man. You invite someone to be on your show, and they're like, oh, let's start calling them names and stuff. So, you know what? Hey, Promo Wars, that was fun, right? But fuck it. Let's get the band back together for one more time. You down?
Mm-hmm. Nightwing! We're gonna get hungry! We're gonna forget our manners! We're coming for you, Nightwing!
Whoa. Calm down, ODM. We have a lot we're going to want to say to him because we have a big season next season coming up. We have a lot of things we're going to say to him. So here's the deal. NightWing, perverted. How am I perverted? In what have I ever said anything, well, other than the Young Bucks kind of showering Dave Meltzer with their matches? And where do you even get the balls to say that my man is a douchebag? I'm the only one that can call him a douchebag.
Yeah! Wait.
Here's the deal. Nightwing, you said next season you're going to be bringing us each week NightWing Analysts good shit. You better hope we agree with you because we may have to rip a promo each week on you just like we just did right now because you can't fuck with the Professor and Joe Rizzo.
Boom.
Rizzo.
And next time, and if we do have to cut a promo, I'll be better that time.
Well, you said what you needed to. You said you're hungry and you're going to kick his ass and everything. I was there. If you guys didn't get to see this. This man was pulling really, really hard on his goatee. I think he ripped out a couple hairs doing that. Anvil style.
Yeah, a few.
That's right. He is Joe Rizzo. His dad is Frank Rizzo. And
No.
come on, are you reference? Come on. Who was it?
Jerky Boys.
My man. All right. Didn't know if you would catch it or not. That's
Yeah,
some good shit.
I went through high school with the last name Rizzo about the time that the Jerky Boys tapes came out. So, yeah, I'm familiar with that bit.
It's funny, like, with their stuff, like Tenacious D, the TV show was so much better than the movie. Same thing with Jerky Boys. I did not care for their movie, but their CDs were awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I could say for sure is next season, maybe our new Promo War King could be Nightwing, man. It'd be kind of like, I don't know, David Arquette winning the World Championship.
It probably won't be me. If we can write it down ahead of time and just do that, I'll be good. Other than that,
That was 3 David Arquettes, by the way.
David Arquette won the world title. David Arquette won the world title. He can't believe it. David Arquette won the world title.
It's funny because I'm going to go back a little bit on to Nightwing's promo saying that we were the peaked in high school jocks. Do you know why I knew so much about wrestling? I wasn't really that popular, so I had time. You know what I mean? I was able to watch wrestling back in the day, so
I was going to say, I don't think I peaked.
When I peak, you'll know, Nightwing. I haven't even begun to peak. I may peak really hard on season 2.
Phrasing.
Sounded dirty. I am extremely excited for next season. I'll tell you right now, we are going to be back first week of September. And I'm ready because, I mean, we got Bob Roode. We have The Shoe. We have Private Profits. We even have, Bark Like a Dog, right? Everything just builds each and every week, which, oh my God, I'm not going to lie. I think our numbers may have went up on our Podbean and Google Play and everything because I just kept listening to that part over and over. It's not one edit, man. Not even. It was dead perfect live, and I go, wow, that was greatest thing ever. And you didn't know this? I actually bumped my head on because I was in the low area where the ceiling was at that point. I bumped my head. I laughed so hard at that. That was awesome. But next season, we are going to be bringing back Top Topic. Like he said, we're going to have some good topics. And I'll tell you, like, we originally planned on having certain ranked topics. And then, man, the double episode of Chris Benoit comes out for Dark Side of the Ring. And we said, nope, this is our topic for the week. We got to do this. The Tale of Two pay-per-views. That was another good one. These were things that were not planned that end up being some of our favorite episodes. And I'm excited about that for next season. By this point, season 2, we're going to be past whatever happens between now, SummerSlam, everything. We know we have, I don't even, what else is really coming up? Oh, we do have the Fighter Fest coming up soon. So not a whole lot of things will be missing over the next couple of months.
Yeah, did you hear about Fighter Fest? It's going to be a 2-night event on TNT.
I did catch that, and I'm actually excited about that.
Interesting.
I'm cool with that. This is going to be even better next season. We're going to have new topics. We're going to have new bits. We may even have new intro music. Who knows? Maybe Joe is going to just sing our intro from now on. Who knows?
That's not happening.
Fun. I got to be honest, man. Fine, we broke kayfabe. That's fine. We all know who Phil Brooks is. He still goes by CM Punk. Fine, you're Joe Rizzo. I'm still fucking calling you ODM on this show. I can't not do that. God damn. That's going to be the key. If I beat you next season, you have to tell everybody what ODM stands for.
No.
All right.
That secret stays with me.
It's like the CM, right? You got Chicago Made. You have Chick Magnet. I am extremely grateful that everybody has listened. The downloads, the listens, when we see the analytics, if you will, every week. we get more and more excited. And we're glad that you guys are listening, joining in with us. And hey, if you have those suggestions, please get with us. We have our email, which is thetopofwrestling@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, all those other social media outlets that are out there that we are a part of. Thank you guys so much for listening to us for 25 freaking episodes. My name is Professor Rex Youngblood. I bid you a farewell for the next couple of months. And this week, ODM, well, not even just this week, for the next 2 months, ODM is leaving us all with just 26 words.
I would just like to say that this was more fun than I imagined. Thank you to our listeners, and thank you, Professor. Till next season.
I ain't your friend and you're not mine. This difference helps me cross the line. And every time I'm confronted, I'm